Hey guys, welcome back to part 3 of this video. I'm sorry this is taking so long, but like I said, I like to be thorough. Okay, so I think pretty much where I left off was the additional 3 to 5 months after your case is sent up the chain. It's going to be sent up the chain all the way to the commanding officer for approval. Okay. When the case is ready to be sent off, your investigator lets you know that if you're missing any information. Unfortunately, that's what happened to me. I got my case sent up the chain and it got sent back down, extending the amount of time that it should have took for me. Because I thought I had a copy of my social in there and I actually didn't. So make sure that you thoroughly check your application packet and make sure you submitted everything that is required, because it will extend your time. The average wait time from start to finish is anywhere from 3 months to almost a year. Anything going above 5, maybe 6 months of wait time is because they're having problems with your application process. Like for me, there was some missing information that got sent back down the chain. It has to go back up the chain. Pretty much any of those things that you answered yes to, any of those questions that I said there that might slow down and lower percentages of your chances of getting a permit, that'll be the reason why. But the average wait time is from 3 to 5 months for most people. Okay. And in the mail, you'll get your approval letter. Okay. And when you get your approval letter, okay, there's going to be, and you need to pay attention to this, to the date issued. Okay. From the date issued, you have exactly 1 month to purchase a firearm. If you don't purchase a firearm within 1 month, they will take back a voucher that they give you for your purchase and your pistol permit. And you'll have to go through the whole process all over again. So I advise you, once you decide to actually pull the trigger, so to speak, on this whole debacle, to do a lot of research. Lots and lots of research. Okay. On what you want. So when you get the letter, there's a certain time frame, certain days and certain hours you can go to actually pick up your license. And what will happen is you'll get a nice ID card with the green top border. Green top border is residence. Red will be concealed carry. As soon as you get your card, you can go down to the range, rent guns, shoot them as much as you want. Make sure you're buying something that you want. Okay. And with that month period, okay, I wanted the Beretta. You get paperwork that'll be filled out. There will be a white, a pink goes to the range. The yellow is your copy. The white, you have to make a copy, a photocopy of, and that'll go to the police precinct. And pretty much on this sheet that's right here in front of me is my permit number, my serial number, which is actually in view. It's no big deal. Okay, I'll just put that here. And what was the price? Blah blah blah, yada yada yada. Record keeping here in New York is going to be a very big thing with your firearms. I suggest you buy one of those small filing cabinets, something to keep you organized with your paperwork for everything that you purchase. Okay? You take your gun in for inspection. Okay? Now, when you go in for inspection, I suggest you leave the magazine at home. You're not required to bring the magazine. Okay. And you can keep the action closed, but for me, I kept the action open. because when you open up the case that you're carrying it in, you want to keep the officer at ease. You know, they don't want to second guess if it's loaded or unloaded. So transporting it this way to the precinct is the best way. 1 pp. Okay. Actually, another thing I forgot to cover is that you need to buy a lockable hard case, okay, which they're very cheap. You get MTN ones or Plano ones for like $5-6. And the other thing you're going to need to purchase is a trigger lock, okay. If you do not have a trigger lock when you're transporting this weapon or any weapon that you own, and you get caught, that's a serious offense and they will fuck with you. Okay. And that's pretty much what you have to go through to get a permit here. As I'm looking at the time, I see that I still have some. Each video is averaging about 13, so I'll go over a few things here. If you were to get a DQ letter, a letter of disqualification, it is not end of the world for you, okay? Because you can appeal. Guess what? Okay. People who appeal have a good chance of actually getting their permit. Surprisingly, I've done the research into it. Unfortunately, you're going to need a lawyer. If you try to do it on your own, you're just shooting yourself in your own foot. And lawyers are not cheap. What I'll also do is I'll provide a list of NRA approved lawyers in New York City. There's not many, okay? Call one of the lawyers up, tell them I've been denied, they'll review your case, and he'll let you know if it's easy or not. And there are people who had order protections out to get against them who were arrested and still got their permit, okay? So that one's that. The other thing I want to go over is myths. There's a lot of myths going around about getting a permit. One of them I went over in the video. Have you ever been discharged from employment? And everybody on the forums and so on and so forth claims that, you know, just getting fired would be a DQ. That's not true. They just want to make sure you weren't fired for stealing, any type of larceny or anything like that. The other one is if you live in a bad neighborhood, a high crime area, you will not be approved of a permit. I hate to break it to you guys, but I live in a projects. I live in a projects here in New York City. Projects is a high crime area. I still got it. Okay. The background check that these people do is not as extensive as people think. Okay. The same background check that is applied to everybody else across the United States when they buy a gun. At the firearm dealers, it's pretty much the same thing that they're running here. Like I said before, this is done to get people frazzled, get people scared into applying for one. Okay. So those are just a few things that I wanted to cover. I hope this video would give you a little more confidence on actually getting out there and trying to apply for a permit. We need more gun owners here in New York City and in New York State. The more people that we have, the more chances of us obtaining back a lot of our freedom. So I hope that also you won't have a problem PMing me with questions. Okay. Like I said before, I will give a list of ranges. I will give a list of NRA approved lawyers. Don't be afraid to ask me questions, guys, in the comments or PM me. I'll try to help you as best as possible. As I said before, please, wherever you go, practice and preach safe firearms handling. And remember, it is your duty to educate the uneducated. I'd like to thank you for your time, and good luck.